Let's begin. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. On behalf of the presiding officer, Colonel Oliver Laws, commander of the 56th Operations Group, welcome to the 310th Fighter Squadron Change of Command Ceremony. Can we get a round of applause? Historically, the passing of a unit's flag was accomplished in front of the unit, so all could see and witness this changing of leadership. This symbolic tradition has survived throughout military history. The modern ceremony continues to announce to all the authority of the incoming commander and the finest of military traditions. Today, the reins of responsibility and leadership for the 310th Fighter Squadrons will pass from Lieutenant Colonel Adam Vogel to Lieutenant Colonel Clifford Moore. The guide bearer for today's ceremony is Staff Sergeant Esther Santana Severino. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask if you can rise if you are able for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the presentation of colors, the singing of the national anthem, and the invocation. Present the colors.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, who brought lights and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the rampart we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocky track line, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Port! Ho! Coast-Guard, port!
I invite you to pray with me, or please take this as an opportunity to quietly reflect on the significance. Faithful Father, as the sun rises, we gather this morning to mark a significant moment for the 310th Fire Squadron. We give you thanks for the dedicated leadership of Lieutenant Colonel Adam Vogel. We acknowledge and thank his wife Ashley and daughter Mariella for their unwavering support. Bless him and his family as they embark on new horizons. As the reins of responsibility pass, we ask for your divine favor upon Lieutenant Colonel Clifford Miller. We also extend our gratitude to his wife, Jillian, daughter Heather, and son Connor, for their steadfast support. Grant Lieutenant Colonel Moore the strength and wisdom to lead the top hats with courage and precision, guiding them to new heights of accomplishment, always ready and dressed to kill. We lift up all the men and women of the 310 Fighter Squadron, equip them with clear minds, steady hands, and unwavering resolve. Keep them safe in the skies and on the ground, and unify them in their crucial mission. Finally, Lord, I pray for our nation and all who serve in uniform. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Can we get a big round of applause for Aaron First Class Murphy? Unbelievable rendition of the national anthem and extremely inspiring words. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate it. There's a number of guests and individuals we'd like to recognize before we get the ceremony kicked off this morning. Guests at the official party. Please hold your applause until all of our guests have been announced and recognized. Accompanying Colonel Laws is his wife Robin, her children Pierce and Vivian. Accompanying Lieutenant Colonel Vogel is his wife Ashley, his daughter Mariella, his mother Kara Vogel, his father Donald Vogel, his mother-in-law Grace Accurcio, his father-in-law Jim Accurcio, and his brother-in-law John Accurcio. Accompanying Lieutenant Colonel Moore is his wife Jillian, his daughter Heather, his son Connor, his mother and father Angela and Scott Moore, his uncle Jim Worley, his sister Elise McFall, accompanied by her husband Will and their daughter Eliza. We would also like to extend a warm welcome to the outstanding leadership across all of Luke Air Force Base that's in attendance this very day. The Deputy Commander, 56 Fighter Wing, Colonel John Ryan. Representing the Command Chief, 56 Operations Group, Senior Enlisted Leader, Chief Master Sergeant Kenneth Wilkins. The Deputy Commander, 944th Fighter Wing, Colonel Chad Hurrick. And finally, we would like to extend a welcome to all group, squadron commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, squadron members, the Cactus Starfighter Squadron, Fire Country Foundations, Blue Blazer Squadron members, Lockheed Martin team members, honorary commanders, family, friends, fellow Thunderbolts, and top hats in attendance today. Operations Group, Colonel Oliver Law.
Good morning, everyone. I'm not sure whether it's Chief Commander or All right, Rhino Road, Chief Wilkins, Group Commanders, Fire Country Foundation, Blue Blazers, Lockheed Martin, Jazz, Cactus Starfighter Squadron, 310 maintenance all posts that supported this. Thank you so much. ROE number 1 is, we all know you're here now. I thank you. They do not have to. They're going to get up and say what they want to about the squadron and their family and friends. So the folks that put this together, Tiger, the protocol team, Honor Guard, Chaplain Bell, Airman Murphy, thank you so much. And obviously the maintainers for bringing out a beautiful 310 flagship. It's awesome to see that beauty in the hangar today. So we're obviously here to recognize these two as they change command and celebrate what Tebow has built the top hats into stand-up F-35 operations and get excited for what Rush is going to do to take it to the next level. So Tebow, let's start with your family. Ashley, it's been a heck of a journey. The constant work that you've had to do and the support that you've given Tebow. I mean, you make it so easy for us because of how much time you allow him to be away. And beautiful little Mary over there, that 6-month-old angel as of yesterday. I tell you what, Commandy, thanks you for contributing to the human race because we need a little bit more of Tebow and Ashley in the world. So we appreciate that. Tebow, your parents, Jane and Dawn, thanks so much for being here. And we can't thank you enough for just the outstanding man of character that you raised and offered for the service of our nation. We are all better for it. And we appreciate you making the trip in from San Francisco. Ashley's parents, Grace and Jimmy, all the way in from New Hampshire, thanks so much for being here. And I know you all are looking forward to having that much closer to home this next year. And then the rest of the folks you've got in attendance today, Johnny, Sydney, Brian, Nicole, KJ, as well as the folks that are unable to make it, but are watching on the live stream there. So Cowboy, who pretty cool story, brother-in-law, believe it or not, is going to be on his way to the F-15EX at Kadena. Pretty cool history of aviation in this family. Les, Archie, and Tebow's sister Vanessa, who we hope your ankle heals soon. Sorry to hear about that. Tebow, do what you've done for us, brother. And it's just trifecta, right? You've not only stood up operations in top hats as we take the great legacy of the 310 and all that night training history that a lot of us did in the Squadron, and we brought into the F-35 era with Gusto. The second thing, man, is not only did you stand up, but within 6 months you were at full rate student production. And ever since then, you just continued to exceed the production requirements. But the most important thing is, you have built this into a climate that is phenomenal. People want to be in the top hats because it's just such an awesome culture, and they excel being a part of it. So you've just done tremendous work for us. Above that, you've been a fantastic leader, teammate, and mentor to fellow commanders, as well as some EOs and folks that are going to take command later this summer. You know, the teamwork and that mentorship in the program that you were a big part of designing is making Luke Air Force Base better by the minute. And you can't take enough for all the work and the blood, sweat, and tears and commitment that you poured into that. You know, the other thing that a lot of people don't realize is the connections you've made beyond America. So our Cactus Starfighter friends that are here, the multiple trips to Europe you've taken, it's just been incredible. And it's no surprise, especially, you know, you were handpicked to be here from your half-hour experience and your knowledge of the F-35 program and your ability to create partnerships wherever you go is widely noticed. We're obviously wishing you the best at Army War College. Don't turn into too much of a ground pounder. Keep your heart beating strong. The Duty Plateaus in Pennsylvania are going to treat you guys well, as all the time to be able to be back around Ashley's family in New Hampshire. So we're looking forward to that, and we wish you all the best in what comes after that, like we talked about yesterday. All right, we welcome to Rush, an experienced warrior, an F-35 instructor, and your family, Jill, Connor, and Heather. Thank you so much for stepping into this leadership role. We welcome you as a part of the team. I promise you, the next couple of years are going to be busy, but it will be worth it. And you will look back on the next couple of years with a strong sense of fondness about the contributions that you all are going to enjoy making. Parents, Scott and Angie, thanks so much for being here as well. Thank you for your service. And like we said for Jane and Dawn, you know, raising an incredible young man and keeping the spirit of fighter aviation going strong in the family. We thank you so much, and we're grateful for the opportunity for him to serve and work with us. The other folks you've got in the crowd, your sister Elise, her husband Will, your niece Eliza, Uncle Jim, and the many friends here today. And for the audience, this is an experienced killer. So a ton of combat hours, and I kid you not, I actually read everybody's records. This is the first F-35 pilot in Air Education and Training Command about 5 or 6 years ago that ever shot a gun on the F-35. So that's pretty cool. Like Tebow, he started in the Strike Eagle with a D4 to Buford to fly with the Marines. And if you're a Marine in attendance, please put your hand in the air. Yeah, he basically brought a squad of Marines with him to the Navy Air And I hope through retired colonels in the audience as well, so thank you so much for your service. You know, and the more you get to know Rush, and we've known each other several years now, I no longer have any questions understanding the family legacy of aviation and the Marine background of where your passion and intensity comes from. And I tell you what, it's that passion and intensity that's what Bob has in you right now. It's what's going to take them to the next level from that incredible foundation that people have set to the legal fielders that you're going to graduate in the next few years that we all know that will needs for the safety service right now. We're excited to see what we do, and we have full trust and confidence in your government staff. All right, with that, it's about time, fellas. We go. Remember, you have to let go of the flag. All right, thanks everyone.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please rise once again if you are able, as Colonel Laws will now present Lieutenant Colonel with the Meritorious Service Medal. Attention to order. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by Executive Order 16 January 1969, has awarded the Meritorious Service Medal, 3rd Oak Cluster, to Lieutenant Colonel Adam J. Vogel for meritorious service, 23 May 2023 to 6 June 2025. Lieutenant Colonel Adam J. Vogel distinguished himself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander, 310th Fighter Squadron, 56 Operations Group, 56 Fighter Wing, Luke Air Force Base, Arizona, from 23 May 2023 to 6 June 2025. During this period, Colonel Vogel stood up the 310th Fighter Squadron, the newest F-35 squadron in the Air Force, offering unit operating instructions and achieving full production in less than 6 months. He monitored the performance of 24 aircraft, liaising with 150 maintenance personnel and developing syllabi for 60 students across 8 line courses. Additionally, he deployed 12 F-35s and 129 personnel to Marine Corps Air Station Miramar, flying 100 sorties with 15 students on 4 syllabi, practicing agile combat deployment concepts. He trained 6 new commanders in a 9-month, 20-course curriculum, immersing them with leaders across 31 specialties. He liaised with the German and Royal Netherlands Air Forces, visiting 4 classified facilities and inspecting 3 base renovation projects, fostering partnership with crucial NATO allies. Finally, he advocated for his airmen, winning a Major Command Award and 4 numbered Air Force awards. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Colonel Vogel reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force.
Really difficult to describe the gratitude that I have today. So first, to my wife. I really appreciate all the support you provided. Happy anniversary, and I look forward to our vacation this month. So as we were packing up our house, I discovered one of the handwritten notes that she often writes, and it was from one of our first trips together in 2013. And what it said was, I look forward to our next adventure together. So Ashley, thank you for believing in me, and thank you for taking care of this family. I love you. And to To my lovely little Mariella, who's just taking a break in the green room real quick. It's amazing to think that it took me over 40 years to get to know her. And now I can't imagine spending a moment without her. So I love you, Mariella. To my family, mom, dad, Jimmy, Grace, Johnny, Vanessa, and Jonathan, and Les Marcy, unfortunately couldn't be here today, so hi guys, thank you. To my friends, Ryan, Nicole, JJ, Sydney, thank you for your unwavering support, and thank you for traveling out here today. General Workman, Colonel Johnson, I know you guys couldn't be here today. Colonel Lyon, thanks for being here. Colonel Laws, sir, thank you for that introduction. Thank you for creating a climate for me to lead, room to fail, and a really opportunity for growth. So thank you, sir. Other folks out there, sir, sorry, I'm going to thank a couple more people. To the honored commanders, Liz and Oliver, thank you very much. Captain Starfighter Squadron, Blue Blazers, Fighter Country Partnership, Group Commanders, fellow squadron commanders, thanks for being here. Chiefs, SELs, maintenance professionals, Lockheed, support staff, the protocol team who set this up today, and then the HPT staff. Thank you. Jan, the spirit of Corona. 26 years of active duty, 19 years of civil service. Hopefully those of you in the crowd have been able to get one of those squadron tours or patent squadron tours. I remember the first time I walked into the squadron, I was amazed to see how the place preserves history like a museum. Pretty incredible, so thank you again. And as you notice here on the flagship 5010, we added the spirit of Corona, and that's Jan's call sign. To the squadron, 2 short years, look at what we've done. Instructors, students, partnerships, infrastructure. I really hope you've learned something from me because I've learned a lot from you. So first, to the younger generation, I see some of them out there in the back standing. What a time to be alive. An era to be an F-35, wingman, instructor, and leader. You know, Churchill said, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it's the courage to continue that counts. Now, at this point, it's difficult to predict what each of you will go on to do with your careers or your lives. But I'm confident that the skills you learn here will enable you to win. Second, Robin Old's father, General Robert Old, once said, I never went up in the air without learning something new. Now, no matter your skill, proficiency, experience, keep preparing for your missions, keep learning from your debriefs, and educating others. These are skills that are independent of software, contracts, weapons testing, and iron throw, and they are an important discriminator between us and the adversary. Third, believe in yourself. Continue to pursue the impossible, even though it may seem challenging. And finally, to Rush, who I met many years ago as ECX in the F-35. Welcome to you, Jill, Heather, Tom. And I'm confident that with his leadership experience at both Hill and Luke, the squadron is set up for success. And now, even though I'm leaving the jet for now, I will work for a chance to see you again someday soon. Farewell, Top Hats. You are Rusty.
Thank you so much. Now, the 310th Fighter Squadron Director of Operations, Major John Tilton, will now render the final salute to Lieutenant Colonel Vogel as the commander of the 310th Fighter.
It's been an honor, sir. Top Hats rule.
Just kill. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is 9. Please stand if you are able as we invite Colonel Law, the Lieutenant Colonel Moore, to join Lieutenant Colonel Vogel at center stage for command of the 310th Fighter Squadron will be formally passed.
What was the order?
Attention order. Department of the Air Force Special Order Golf-25-010. Under the provisions of AFI 51-509. Lieutenant Colonel Adam Vogel relinquishes command of the 310 Fighter Squadron, 56 Operations Group, 56 Fighter Wing, Luke Air Force Base, Arizona. Effective 06 June 2025. Lieutenant Colonel Clifford Moore assumes command of the 310 Fighter Squadron by direction of Colonel Law, commanding 56 Operations Group, Luke Air Force Base, Arizona. Lieutenant Colonel Clifford Moore.
Thank you all for being here. I do not just add to that. I will try to strive to be happy to do this then. Starting to speak from that will be 10 seconds or less. You have a note on that one. That is valid and accessible. To everyone who made the ceremony happen, thank you very much, especially if you want to play. A tremendous amount of work is set up to maintain what we do. I don't like being the center of attention, but our custom and our traditions are what we do. Thank you all for holding us to those and making this special for all of our guests. Most importantly, I want to thank my family. Bill, Connor, I love you guys so much. You have spent more time, effort, sweat, and tears than I've ever had the right to ask of you. So it's so important. Arizona approved, Top Hat approved. Listen, I appreciate it. You guys have made me a better man every day. Journey. Thank you so much. I love you guys. To my extended family, mom, dad, Luis, Will, especially Eliza. Thank you guys. To my extended family, who is not Will. I thank each and every one of you who are here, who are watching. The examples you give me, the life lessons, both as a man and hopefully as an officer, that I will take forward into the top hats and try to weave those into the culture and that we create. Lastly, the top hats. Close to, perfect time. That's it. Thank you for done. So we're going to do top hats. Almost 2,000 years ago, a age-old truth was written down. If you want peace, prepare for peace. The countries that have risen and fallen since that time have only proved that to be true. I want peace. Here at the Air Force Base, with some of our closest allies and friends, it's my honor, it's going to be my honor, to train with you guys for the next 2 years. Building the next generation of tactical leaders. Taking pilots who have only just learned or been qualified to take off and land an airplane and turning them into warriors capable of employing the world's most advanced fighter aircraft anywhere that our countries and our alliances need. It's an awesome responsibility, and it's an awesome job. I'm humbled to lead the squadron and prepare that with you. From the fields of Harding Field, or from Harding Field to the Philippines, to Tegu, to Osan, to Luke Air Force Base, the top hats, day and especially night, before us have all been well prepared. Now it's our turn, and we will do it. We'll do it as we always have. I'll stay in press ship. Thank you. I'll see y'all.
The Director of Operations of the 310 Fighter Squadron, Major John Tilton, will now render the Lieutenant Colonel Moore's first salute as the new commander of the 310 Fighter Squadron.
Let's do this. Top hats rule.
Just kill. Lieutenant Colonel Moore, now, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the 310 Fighter Squadron flagship to your left. What you will now witness is a flying unit tradition. F-35 tail 10-5010 as the top hat flagship and represents our commander's leadership of the squadron. Crew Chief Staff Sergeant Matthew Byron will now complete this symbolic change of leadership by removing Lieutenant Colonel Vogel's name and unveiling Lieutenant Colonel Moore's name as the new pilot in command. Thank you so much, Staff Sergeant Byron. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, for the final time, we ask that you please rise and stand for the playing of the Air Force song and remain standing for the departure of the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so proud as members of this fine and well-dressed squadron to consider with Lieutenant Colonel Vogel. Lieutenant Colonel Vogel, we wish you and your family all the success and blessings and health as you guys move on to your next journey. This concludes our change of commanding ceremony. Please feel free to join us and round of applause for Janet for setting up the refreshments and food. Reception to follow. Ladies and gentlemen, you are dismissed.